So I'm gonna tell you what I know. So when you don't have sex with a female or a woman, you know what I'm saying, and your energy builds up, you know, and you conduct yourself in such a manner as to where the curiosity and the mystery about you begins to build up just as well as your sex drive, then people be like, well, damn, yo, his sexual man energy is so strong. He ain't messing with none of these girls. So then if you do mess with a chick, dudes that didn't even give a fuck about that chick will start hanging around that chick because they're not interested in her. They're interested in trying to see how fickle she is to be with them because she sees you too. These chicks see you too, but they don't really want you. They just want to be the one that stands out, to stand out among the rest of them, to be like, well, damn, yo, he wasn't giving nobody nothing. And then he gave this one chick something. So then the dudes, then they follow suit. Like I say, the chick don't care. She like, I don't give a fuck. I just want to be the one that, like, yeah, I'm gonna throw it up in all these bitches' face. Like, yeah, bitch, he fucked with me. He dissed all of y'all and fucked with me. He gave me his sperm. He gave me his nut. But then the dudes, they'll come to that same chick they didn't overlook like 50, 11 times. They'll be like, I don't give a fuck about that bitch. You know, and then they'll come to her and then they'll try to fuck with her just to stain your name, to be like, well, damn, y'all, he was fucking with her. I got her. You know what I'm saying? Like the mentality behind it is more so like, it's like with Biggie Smalls and Tupac. He was like, that's why I fucked your bitch. Like saying that I never really liked her. You know, and then Biggie said it. He was like, they couldn't get to me, so they got the closest thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like saying that they don't even give a fuck about her. So that's why I don't mess with none of these chicks. It's like, I'm not a homosexual. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a homosexual. I love women, but the way this shit is set up, there's no way to win. And then too, like I was saying too, like with the whole Drake thing, most women, they don't care about sex for no man. A woman don't care about the sex. The women want the emotional reciprocity. And when you're young and you're not so emotionally callous as a man, men are just like women when they're younger. Just like when you be in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? You play with boys, play with girls, girls play with boys. It's the same shit until the secondary sexual characteristics, you know what I'm saying, kick in. So nobody even gives a fuck. But then when you get beyond that, then it's almost like you weigh your options like, well, damn, okay, so if I'm going to be with her, I have to actually think like a woman in order to give her that emotional reciprocity. So that means that you'll have some kind of substantial something even when there's no sex going on. You see what I'm saying? So that's why women in their younger age, they're more prone to kind of like play both sides of the field. Because the dudes are inexperienced enough to know, you know what I'm saying, that she wants the emotional reciprocity. But then when the women go to the other side, it'll be blue. Because that's that watery emotional reciprocity. But then that, in their mind, it guarantees them that emotional stability. But then when they find out that there's always that, in any situation, there's always that exception. There's always that, you know, oh damn, this is that one time where it wasn't like that, you know what I'm saying? So then they'll try to get out of it and then they'll start going green. They'll come back to the light. They'll come back from the bottom of the sea where they ain't even breathing, like, yo, I don't even breathe air. I breathe the air that come out of your goddamn mouth or your vagina. Like, they don't even breathe oxygen no goddamn more, you know? And then when they do come up, it's almost like, they're like, well, damn, yo, I was chasing that emotional reciprocity. I couldn't fucking get it. So then it's almost like they're suicidal. Like, damn, yo, I came out the goddamn water when I realized that there was no guarantee of emotional reciprocity. Then they start sucking the hell out of goddamn cigarettes. They'll smoke the hell out of some goddamn cigarettes, killing themselves because they really want to die. Like, at that point in time, they're like, yo, it's so much investment. It's so much emotional investment. They be sucking the fuck out of some cigarettes, Black and Miles, anything that keep their mind off of the fact that they know that this shit will never be what the fuck they want it to be. So I hate to say it, but anybody that smokes cigarettes, their life is over. See, I don't smoke cigarettes. So I'm living my life. I'm loving my life. I'm not trying to destroy my life. These motherfuckers out here is like goddamn the popsicle sticks to hold your eyelids open, or toothpicks to hold your eyelids open with them cigarettes. If them cigarettes go the fuck out, they ain't got shit. You see what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing because they killing themselves anyway. And when you doing that to yourself, to the extent to where you could create an emotional moment with your woman by not spending that money on cigarettes, you didn't throw the goddamn towel in anyway. You already motherfucking through. You just kind of like being graceful with the shit, but you're done. When you out there, and God forbid you got kids. Oh my God. God forbid you got kids and you out here buying all these goddamn cigarettes. And you don't give a fuck no more. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? So there's some people who, when you liberate yourself by yourself, oh, that fucks them up because they know where they've been and they know where they want to go. Where they been might not have been where they wanted to go, but then once they start going, then they want to go there, but then they want to fucking dress the shit up. So then it's almost like, but they know it ain't gonna lead nowhere. And when you're by yourself like me and you're actually enjoying yourself, oh, everybody that's tied to a motherfucker, they have women that's called beards. A woman is called a beard in such situations, like saying that this motherfucker is just a homosexual as hell. But he'll have a woman by him just to try to make everybody think, oh, well, he ain't gay. Man, she wearing his ass out. She fucking him more than he fucking her, and then the relationship falling apart because she like, damn, yo, I fuck you more than you fuck me. When you gonna fuck me? And that nigga bent over with his asshole splayed open like, I'm gonna fuck you after you finish fucking me. But he ain't enjoying shit. So then they smoke cigarettes to cover the goddamn shit smell. That's why they call cigarettes fags in England, because when they smoke all them goddamn cigarettes, they smell like shit. But that's why it's called a cigarette butt. They cover the goddamn smell up with a cigarette butt. But I'm not judging, I'm just identifying certain shit because like I say, I'm happy about my damn self. I'm fortunate to be made in the image of the Lord God. I'm fortunate. You know what I'm saying? They tried to enslave him. The Bible in Revelation 3:14 says, so saith, no, it says, and unto the church of Laodiceans, so saith the Amen. The Amen. That's their father from the dog star or Amma, the star of women. They're like women. I don't give a fuck what kind of body they got. They're like women. But the Lord God, you can go find pictures of Abraxas. You can find pictures of Abraxas. You can find pictures of, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it ain't never what you think it is. And see, they were twins. They were like twins, husband, sister couples. And the women had penis envy. They wanted to have a penis and the man is feminine as hell. So they never really wanted to get along with each other to have children. So when they did have sex, it was competitive sex, like war, like all is fair in war and love. So then when they did have kids, if the woman did conceive, she was so in her mind like, man, fuck this shit. So she would abort. She would abort. And when she would abort, the children that were born from the Sirius B beings, those spirits were relegated to Sirius C. And they were gonna stay there until they were reborn on Earth by the males or the men that the Lord God made in his image. See what I'm saying? They didn't want their brothers. They didn't want them. They didn't want them because they were like, it was too, that's the story of Lilith. She was like, I want to be on top. And then he was like, no. And she was like, you can't control, you can't call the goddamn shots. I'm made at the same time as you. The ones on Earth, they ain't need shit. The ones that the Lord God made, they didn't need, like, I don't need shit. I'm not a homosexual by no means, but I don't need shit from nobody, you know what I'm saying? And that fucks people up because these women, they were brought here to enslave the men because their brothers were envious of y'all the boss children, like, damn, yo, like, this motherfucker don't even need nobody because they were born with a half. And so they tried to put that weakness of needing a half on his children. He was like, yo, my children don't need shit. So then they even offered him his other twin half that he'd been separated from a long time. But then even now in my perception, I'm like, you know what? He didn't diss it or nothing, but he know that, yo, I've been doing this shit for goddamn millions of years, billions of years. And this shit, it won't never broke. The curiosity was there like, damn, yo, I wonder what it'd be like to get up in some nookie. Because her name was Nokita. He was like, I wonder what it would be like, you know? And he had all these prescriptions that he knew worked for him, like saying, like, you know, don't do this, don't do that. And folks say, well, you know, the Bible's imbalanced. No, the Bible's not imbalanced with a goddamn. The Bible is right and exact. They needed people to work the minds. So in order to make them work the minds, they had to have a carrot on a goddamn stick or an incentive, you know? So they created, you know, that necessity with women where it was like, okay, so if I can get this motherfucker to need a woman, that'll be his motivation. He gonna die in the goddamn minds anyway. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna make it. You gonna die in the goddamn mines anyway. But they give you something to keep your mind. You gonna die in the M-I-N-E, the G-O-L-D-M-I-N-E, but they give you something to keep your M-I-N-D occupied. You see what I'm saying? So this shit is to the point now where it's like women are part of the distraction and they don't even fucking know it. Some of them do know, but I'm seeing this shit more and more because there are different type of women coming to this planet from other goddamn places. If my man Cannabis hadn't said that shit, I'd have been like, yo, I'm tripping, yo. He said it. He was like, they coming from outer space. And the first thing they want to do is they want to rule in the image of those who are ruling the planet now. And that's the image of the beast. I don't have no problem with none of this shit. Like I say, I'm an observer. My man said the Pharisees is watching this shit. I'm just sitting back watching this shit. I'm not a Sadducee. I'm not Sadducee by no means. The Sadducees are blue. I'm not sad by no motherfucking means. I'm a happy motherfucker, but I'm not homosexual because the word gay and homosexual not the same. That's some bullshit they made up like, oh, you're gay. No, I'm happy as hell. I'm gay, but I'm not homosexual. Every homosexual is not happy. So every homosexual is not gay. That's some shit they made up be like, oh, well, I'm gay. No, motherfucker, if you was gay, you'd be over there with that motherfucker instead of trying to hit on me. I'm cool by myself. You not happy with a goddamn, you ain't gay, you homosexual. You see what I'm saying? I'm good by my damn self. I don't need shit from you. But you looking at me like I got some, all I got is turn my goddamn back on your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. So the way it is now, it's almost like people, I'm gonna say it. Motherfuckers is trapped in their houses, yo. I'm gonna tell you, I go to this shit because it's gonna be like Terminator, yo. It's gonna be like Terminator, like saying that by the time Skynet, cause see, I'm gonna tell you, my phone already tapped. They had my shit tapped yesterday. I uploaded this one video, or they shut my shit down. But hey, I have another whole channel, you know what I'm saying, coming up. But see, the continuity will be broken. So basically what they're doing now is like, they got this shit, it's gonna be like, there's gas. Putin shut down gas 80% of Europe. But see, the thing about that is that we got gas, but it's allocated for the military because they're expecting something right now. And Putin said, well, Trump said it. Trump said that if y'all don't reelect me in 2024, because Melania Trump, who is Trump's wife, she's Putin's niece. So the whole thing about the war in the Ukraine is that Putin don't want the Ukraine to join NATO because he knows if they join NATO, then everybody in NATO has access to Ukraine territory, which puts the United States, who's a member of NATO, right in their backyard. I'm not trying to be anti-patriotic, but the deal was this. There's a video that shows where the Russian jets dumped fuel on a U.S. drone. The Russian jets were in Russian airspace. Why are there American planes in Russian airspace? He gonna do what he gonna do anyway. I'm gonna tell you, the track record speaks for its fucking self. The only thing I've seen, and I've seen this in movies, and I heard it from a soldier himself, he told me this shit in like 1994. We was in the goddamn car and shit. I'm cashing my goddamn check. We just got off goddamn work. I did a goddamn job and shit. He was like, man, they was shipping goddamn heroin back in them bodies. He was like, they was shipping heroin back in the body. He was like, that war was meant for people to die. That's why we got an opioid crisis going on now. Because that shit, and then that's what established the credit. When they, it's like on American Gangster. When Frank Lucas went there and brokered his own goddamn deal with the Viet Cong to get this shit himself, he was good. But see, America did the same shit. America went over there and was like, well, damn, yo, we fighting for South Korea against the North. The North was mad because they knew that the South had the economic, agricultural advantage, and they was like, yo, they gonna fucking pull money in. We don't know what they gonna do, but they'll definitely have an advantage over us. So that's why the North of anywhere, North Vietnam over South Vietnam, North Korea, they don't want to fuck with the South because the South always has a chance to grow some bullshit that'll give them an economic advantage. It could be some good shit or it could be some bullshit, but it just so happens though with poppy plants, that shit is on your goddamn burger. When you go get a goddamn Big Mac with a goddamn poppy seeds on it, that's heroin. Those are the heroin seeds. You can grow a goddamn poppy plant off the goddamn little bitty seed off a motherfucking Big Mac. And if you grow enough of them, you'll be the goddamn Big Mac. They be like, here come the goddamn Big Mac. They got all the goddamn heroin. You know what I'm saying? Man, I started my whole goddamn heroin business off a goddamn Big Mac bun. You know what I'm saying? I goddamn McDonald's bun and shit. You see what I'm saying? So basically what it boiled down to me is that we're getting to the point now where the credit got established by them having a new source. We got off the gold standard in 1974 because the Vietnam War ended in 1969. So it took them 4 years to establish a steady growth of crops, of poppy fields. And when they did that, it's like, yo, fuck it, we don't even need gold no more. That's some other shit. But see, the bankers were not letting these motherfuckers know. Between the damn blue bankers and the goddamn green soldiers, they were not really singing eye to eye. So the bankers is like, fuck it, yo, it don't matter anyway, because we over here doing some shit behind you. You don't even goddamn know. But then the credit line for those people who came back, like I said, well, you know, you came back from the war and you fought, you got a goddamn line of credit based upon your proximity to them goddamn fields and what you contributed to let people know where the fuck they was at. Because somebody said that shit too, like Afghanistan, they just sent motherfuckers over here a little while ago. I'm not knocking nobody, but yo, these mugs, my man, this was in 2021. When I was chilling, I was chilling and shit. My man was like, I got their mechanic shop and shit, because they relocated them, the Afghanistani refugees, to America because they told them where the goddamn Taliban poppy fields was. They told them where the Taliban poppy fields was, and the Taliban said, we coming to get your motherfucking ass. You didn't give our goddamn heroin fields away. So then America brought them here. So really, technically speaking, the government's funds don't stop. Your shit might be trickle down, whatever the fuck, but the American shit keeps on running. That shit keep on running. But so as it is now, the military is like, yo, we got gas, but like I say, it's gonna be like Terminator. By the time motherfuckers run out of goddamn gas, it's gonna be machines running this shit, because the efficiency of people doing shit is not what it need to be. So robots gonna run this shit. They're not shutting computers down. The reality is that if you use any kind of technology, like me using this right now, any kind, like that movie District 9, if you use any of their technology, you in the goddamn grid. You on the any of these cars going up and down the street, if you got GPS, they know where the fuck you at. You ain't doing shit. And see, that's why I know, like, people doing dirt. They doing dirt out here, following me around. They know what you doing. Oh, you gonna suffer for it. And see, the more I don't have a car, that means that even if I'm tempted to be on some old vengeful shit, the reality is that they gotta keep this goddamn planet running. This shit ain't no goddamn ordinary. This shit is interplanetary. This shit is bigger than the goddamn Earth. You see what I'm saying? The military already said that there's something parked outside of Pluto on its way. This the goddamn military said this shit. You see what I'm saying? This that intelligence. They already said that shit. And then not only that, that's why they spent the F-16 fighters just shot 2 Sidewinder missiles, each missile worth $400,000 a piece, at a motherfucking weather balloon. It wasn't the fact it was a weather balloon, it was the fact that they know something's coming. They said there's a new one there that's almost like 1,000 feet long coming towards the Earth. These are not asteroids that are sent haphazardly. This is part of a warfare. This is part of a strategic technique that Nibiru has used, and other things have used it too, where it's like they use the gravitational field of the large body of their crafts to get within the damn airspace or within, you know, our orbit. That shit, it's around that ship's orbit. When it comes to our orbit alters it. That's when it's like in limbo. And then all they gotta do is just goddamn hover. That's why it's like the ship moves like Wi-Fi. It moves off solar panels. So when it gets close to certain suns, it's on a 365,000 year orbit. When it gets here, it pulls off of certain suns. They're different. Our sun in the sky, which is debatable whether it's actually a sun or actually the light bouncing off of the motherfucking firmament light crystals from Canis, you know what I'm saying, the light from Canis Major. So Canis Major, that's why they here now. They weren't even supposed to be here. The whole deal with Amma, he said he's the faithful and true witness of creation, which basically means that when he saw Yaldabaoth making everything that was in the spiritual world, that Yaldabaoth made that too, in a different name, different form. He was like, don't fuck with him. He down there making his own shit in the physical, but don't fuck with it. If it ain't gonna mess up what we got, leave it alone. Same thing with Yeshua. He was like, yo, are you bringing a kingdom down here to destroy ours? It's like, no, leave him alone. He ain't doing shit. Leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, they ended up doing what? They got a visitor. And they ended up coming down here on some shit, on some sex shit. You see what I'm saying? Because the Canis Major is called HaTe, or the black dog or the black bitch. HaTe is the hex of the 6. So It's actually it has a blue sun. That's where the 6 come from, the dog star. It's the dog star. You know what I'm saying? They're called the nomos. They don't feel shit. They numb as fuck. They numb. They're the most numb, the nomos or the numos. You know what I'm saying? And basically what it is that the women came down first. I would say it was an accident, but either way though, man, the children that were born from that, the Grays, they were basically almost like, it was never intended. You know what I'm saying? It was never intended. Like saying, that's the whole reason where it was like, there was never no planet, there was no planetness to it. They never planned this shit. So they're the children of renown. They're the ones that, you know, some of them got reborn. You know, the Bible says they were giants and men of renown. And then there were also those who, they were destroyed and their bodies roamed the earth as in the weed. You know what I'm saying? Ever hungry, ever hungry and always thirsty, never able to satiate themselves. And they basically occupied the bodies of those who resembled them when they were here last time. And like that movie Cabin in the Woods, there's more that's frozen under the ice. So really, the book of Enoch says that not only will I destroy their children, but their parents that are the giant motherfuckers, the big motherfuckers, and they ain't even big. Orion is a giant, and he ain't even all that big. He's a whole goddamn constant. Believe me, it's something bigger and badder than your ass. See what I'm saying? So as it is now, it's almost like their children are on the earth fucking it up. And the Lord is like, yo, he's like, I'm showing you why I'm gonna destroy them. They waking you up. I put your ass to sleep because I knew you wanted to sleep. You were repentant. You were slightly repentant enough to where you wanted to go to sleep, so I froze your ass up under the ice. That's the Viking story of Ymir. You see what I'm saying? I froze your ass up under the goddamn ice. They dropping bombs and shit. They fucking up shit right now to wake your ass up. So when I fucking fuck the whole land up and starve all these motherfuckers out, you gonna know why. You ain't gonna even, you might damn near help me. You'll be like, God damn, Lord God, you was right. Oh my God, these badass kids, I'm gonna help you destroy these motherfuckers. And then these 6 societies, they start getting messages from somewhere and they don't know where the fuck it's coming from. You know where it's coming from? The Nephilim that's under the goddamn earth, it's like under the ice, like, yo man, pull these motherfuckers in because they all going to the goddamn hellfire. Now, I'm not saying it's an absolute. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. This shit real as fuck, yo. I give George Lucas mad props. Oh my God, George Lucas. Oh, George Lucas. George Lucas on that shit. I gotta make time. I ain't had no time all motherfucking day. George Lucas knew this shit. So basically, they're gonna end up melting. It's cold out here now. You know why? Because the more people drive around, they ain't going no goddamn where. Ain't nobody going no goddamn where. But you know what though? They know they ain't going nowhere. They melting the goddamn ice so that there'll be a witness. And then if, just per se, I mean, there's always that chance that one of them might be like, oh man, you fucking up my kids. Oh motherfucker, that's what got your ass up under the goddamn ice in the first place. That's why you up under the ice in the first place. It's, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, he's like, yo, I'm gonna show you this shit. I'm gonna show you your kid. These your badass kids doing this shit, fucking the planet up. These your children doing this shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm like more so like, I'm like, yo, besides what I have right now, I'm like, the more kids you have, the more fucked up ass karma you got. That's why he told him, he said, y'all not even supposed to come down into the earth at all. You ain't got no karma down here. You ain't done shit down here. The very same thing they did that he said don't do, that started their karma. So then when they knew that karma was there, they was like, we're going to have all these kids to live 500 years apiece. That was them fucking adding goddamn grease to the goddamn fire, making it worse. That's why he was like, man, just freeze this shit. They didn't fuck this shit up. Just freeze it. And then the earth went, after all that flood and all that water came out the bottom, that shit knocked the whole goddamn planet off of axis. That shit was tilted 23.5 degrees, but not no more, it ain't. Oh, no. Not no more, it ain't. So really, it's almost like anything that anybody's going through, just know this shit ain't gonna last long. It's coming to a head. They are talking about how motherfucking, man, the technology is goddamn vast. Russia got 2032 technology, which really ain't that bad. You know, it's not so far, but we ain't got that. We ain't got shit. We don't have shit in America. That's why Trump was like, yo, look, I'm trying to tell you right now. And you know, Trump know, the president know. Anybody that spent 4 years in office, he goddamn know what we got. He didn't took inventory. The military been ordered. He know what we got. He like, man, look. He like, look. I'm keeping Putin off y'all ass. You ain't gotta vote for me. You can vote for whoever you gonna vote for, but between y'all not vote for me, you gonna have a war. Y'all can't even feed yourself, and it ain't wartime. You know, wartime gonna put a crunch. That would call for them to actually do what? My man was right. He was right. Build factories. They would have to actually create another whole industry for war machines, which would do what? That would pull the North into it. We don't do that here. Now, so we don't do that here. That brings the North into it. That's another whole goddamn color of the spectrum. You see what I'm saying? That brings them into it. But the thing about it is this shit looking so goddamn seceded right now. This shit like goddamn pre-Civil War shit right now. This shit pre-Civil War like a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So as it is, Trump is like, look, having to build a whole new war force and to build industrial complexes, you gotta build a complex just to make this shit, just to create this shit. Like with the goddamn 5G. Yo, the technology they want, but look, that's not our technology. I'm not pointing the finger. That's not our technology. That ain't even Bill Gates' technology. Bill Gates is trying to fucking shut the goddamn cocaine down. Bill Gates was like, yo, my wife out here sniffing coke. She fucking somebody else. I'm gonna burn every goddamn tree and coca plant in Venezuela, and I'll make up an excuse for it. Because that's how much he loved his wife. And I don't blame him for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame him for that shit. Because when I found out, I know he burnt all that shit in Venezuela, but I didn't realize. I was like, yo, Venezuela, like, yo, they got cocaine in Venezuela. He burned all that shit down. He burnt down millions of goddamn acres, and she's like, I'm gonna burn all that shit down. Bill Gates like, yo, he's like, it's one thing to not go outside because you only got a computer, but it's one thing to be fucked up out of your mind when your brain cells are numb and you're dying. You know what I'm saying? That shit is not for you. If you're not from fucking South America, those are fallen angels in a, it's not the purest form. It's not the purest form. And then those who are in the more pure form, they know what time it is. These motherfuckers confused as hell. I would never make no mulattoes. I'm sorry, I'm not racist. I'm not making no mixed children. They be confused as fuck. And then not only will they be confused, they'll confuse your ass. You'll be confused. You'll be like, well, you know what? Well, where do you stand? Wherever the fuck I can do what I want to do, and I'm gonna kill your ass too. They'll kill their own parents. They don't give a fuck. They'll be like, I never did like you because you never did like this part of me. Because they biracial, you know, and that shit fucks it up. I mean, it's not gonna be talked about, but it plays out, you know what I'm saying? In reality, it plays out. It functionally plays out. It's a practical reality. You see what I'm saying? So as it is, it's more so now where the ones that are down there in South America, that was given to them like saying that, you know, you weren't supposed to come down here and be fucking with nothing. You wanted to feel the pleasure of sex. You fucked up. Now you down there with the cocaine. Numb yourself. Kill yourself from the pain. You can't feel shit. But if you got woolly hair and you ain't got straight hair, motherfucker, that ain't for you. That ain't for you. You're an idiot. That shit is not for you. Even Kendrick Lamar said it. He said, you ain't no goddamn Crip. You think you a Crip. Your hair ain't straight. You a wannabe. You might be froze, but you ain't cold. You ain't, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers playing little fuck games because they want to do some escapism. That means you can't cope. I ain't gonna lie, I have a hard time too. She's like, oh God, he got a real hard time. No, you can't offer me shit, but more of a hard time. You can't offer me nothing. That's why he said, woe to those that, you know what I'm saying, that have little ones to take care of in these days. I don't give a fuck. You can push all the goddamn baby strollers you want. All you doing is showing me your misery. You showing me your misery. I give less than a fuck. I'm like, you know what? I'll carry this backpack before I push a goddamn stroller because I can lose everything in this goddamn backpack and be all right. But if you lose what's in that stroller, you're going to be heartbroken. And that's why he told them don't have no kids. He said, because if you do have kids, it's going to break your fucking heart to know that you created that karma for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm not trying to be a part of none of that. I already know. So then you got people out here, like, look, what's going on in the world today? What's going on so good today that you want to bring, like, oh, man, this is a good-ass world. I'm going to bring some kids into this shit. It ain't shit going on in the world today to where I want to be like, son, we was having such a good-ass time. I wanted to bring your ass into this shit. Ain't a goddamn thing going on out here. You know what I'm saying? It ain't shit going on out here. You know what I'm saying? And then to bring a child into the world to be like, well, you run all this shit. Oh, no. That's why they had goddamn John Hanson. Because they knew that he was the goddamn first president. They was like, yo, when the Queen send goddamn Cornwallis, when the Queen send somebody over here to find out who run this shit, she be like, which one of y'all rebels took over my shit so I can fucking offer this goddamn head? So you don't want to claim none of this shit, because whoever running this shit, that's who's the goddamn blame. Like on Saving Private Ryan, gripes go up, not down. I ain't run none of this shit. You see what I'm saying? Gripes go up, not down. Who's the leader here? Oh, it ain't me. Man, they'll find some motherfucking idiot and put him in the goddamn chair, and he'll be the one ducking, dodging bullets and guillotines. Cause nobody gives a, you know what I'm saying? So that's where it is. This shit ain't, bruh. And I would say in transmission. Ain't no goddamn transmission. STDs are transmitted in recording. Damn.